Hey everybody, it's Dr. Joe and Sweet Callie, and today I'm going to show you 5 moderate hip osteoarthritis exercises you can do lying down. So let's get started. Disclaimer alert, disclaimer alert. So before we get started, if you haven't already, make sure and click on the subscribe button down there because it helps my channel grow. So these are a little more moderate exercises, but they're still lying down, so they should be pretty doable. If these are a little bit too tough for you, I do have some simpler ones that might be worth trying. So to start off with, we're going to do a clamshell. Clamshells look easy, but if you're doing them correctly, they're a little tougher than they look like they are. So you're just going to bend up your knees, stack your legs on top of each other. The key here is you want your hips to be perpendicular to whatever you're lying down on. So you want to keep it this way the whole time. You don't want your hips to roll back and forth. Otherwise, you're not going to get the muscles activated that you want. Your feet are going to stay together, and then the top knee is going to come up. But again, try not to roll your hips. So when you lift up into that clamshell, I'm not rolling back to bring my leg up because then I'm not using those muscles. So I like to put my hand on my hip so I know I'm keeping it right here, and then lifting up and slowly coming back down. So again, this looks kind of easy, and sometimes the first 2 or 3 are pretty easy, but as you work your way up, it does get a lot tougher, and you're working that gluteus medius muscle there for help strengthening those hips, especially when you have that hip osteoarthritis. So right there is where you should really feel it. A little bit kind of more in the booty, some a little bit on the side, but again, not rolling back. If you're rolling back, it's going to feel really easy, and it's going to feel like you're not really doing anything. So after that, then we're just going to go into some straight leg raises while we're lying down. So this time it's going to be this leg just so you can kind of see what's going on. I like to leave my other leg propped up. It helps give me a target, but it also helps support my back a little bit. Some people bring their leg down, but again, I just feel like this is more comfortable for me. So the leg that you're going to be working, this is called either a straight leg raise or hip flexion in supine. And so you want to keep your leg straight, and you're going to pull up your toes. That kind of helps lock your leg out because you want your leg to be straight, like that straight leg raise, the whole time. If you're bending your knee, that means you're probably not ready for this, and these might be a little bit too tough for you. So keeping that leg straight, you're just going to bring your leg up to about equal to the other side. So that's why I like having it bent up to have a target. You don't want to bring it all the way up. That's actually going to make it a little bit easier. You want to kind of stop right here and then slowly come back down. So again, these should be slow and controlled. If you're just going fast like this, I could probably do 100 of these like this. But if you're going slow and not using momentum and making sure you're using those muscles to activate and do the work, they're going to be pretty tough. Once you get to about 10, you might be ready to take a break. If you need to start over in between each one and reset yourself, you can, but eventually, like this, you want to almost not even touch back down. You want to keep everything activated the whole time. So then the next one is going to be rolling over onto your side. So now the top leg is going to be the one that I'm working. So this is going to be for side lying hip abduction, going up. So the bottom leg is going to be bent just again for comfort. You can keep it straight if you want to, but I like to keep the bottom one bent. The top leg is going to straighten out. Again, you're going to pull your toes up towards you. This time when you lift your leg, turn your leg a little bit so your heel leads first, and you're going to go slightly behind you when you kick up. So it's not this, that's not using the muscle you want to do, not coming forward like this, because again, that's not the muscle that you want to work. You want to turn that foot so that heel comes up and back. Again, try and keep your hips pretty perpendicular to whatever you're lying down on. If you're rolling back or rolling forward, again, that's not quite getting the movement. So coming back like this, and then slowly coming back down. So I'm going to take a moment to get my thumbnail shot. You can take that with me if you want. Okay, so the next one is going to be for hip adduction. So normally with these, you just keep turning all the way around, but so I can look at you. Now it's going to be the leg that you're lying down on. So again, normally you just turn all the way around for the side that you want to work. But if you have hip osteoarthritis most of the time, you want to work both sides. So this time it's going to be the bottom leg I'm working. You can do your leg propped up in the back. You can do your leg propped up in the front. I'm going to prop it up in the back just so you can see a little bit more of what I'm doing. So this is going to be hip adduction, adduction, working those inner muscles, those adductors, or some people call them the groin muscles in there. So this is a same kind of concept where you want to keep your legs straight and locked out. Pull those toes up, that kind of helps lock everything out. And this time you're just coming up like this, almost scooping your leg up. It doesn't have to be a big movement. You can see I'm only coming up, maybe 6 to 8 inches up off of what I'm lying down on. So if you try and go too much more, you're probably going to start leaning back. So again, you want to keep everything in a pretty neutral position as you lift. And so again, try not to turn your toes either way. You want them pointing forward because that's going to get those adductors in there. And then the last one is just going to be rolling over onto your tummy. So this is going to be hip extension to get those extensors, which are your glutes and your hamstrings. So still keeping the legs straight, that's what we're going to do. And this is the side that I'm working. So I'm going to kind of pull my toes up and you rest your head, make sure you're comfortable. I'm just propping up a little bit so I can see you. And then this one's a little bit harder to always keep your legs straight, but you want to keep it as straight as possible. And then just lift up your leg. So again, I'm not rolling, my hips aren't coming up off of the bed or the floor. I'm just lifting up right there. So if you feel like you have to come up like this, that's not really getting that exercise. It's just coming up a little bit off the floor and then slowly coming back down. So there you have it. Those were 5 moderate hip osteoarthritis exercises you can do lying down. If you'd like to help support my channel, make sure and click on the link up there. And don't forget to subscribe by clicking down there. And remember, be safe, have fun, and I hope you feel better soon.